Hi there. Let me see if I can. There we go. How are you today?
Please
Are,
stand by. Today's meeting will begin in about a minute and a half. And today's call will begin in 1 minute. Please stand by. Okay, it's time to begin. Thank you all for being here on the continuous training for Client Creator via Zoom. Brandon's on here with me. And before I turn it over to Brandon, I just wanted to show you all something that a friend of mine was asking me about the other day. A lot of you are doing expired listings, and that's great. They're a great source of continuous revenue. So, but she said it's really hard for me to get the phone numbers, and I can't afford to pay another service. And this is one of the reasons we put so many tools in Client Creator. I don't want you to have to go buy other resources. Okay, so I'm going to share with you a little trick that you can do in Client Creator to get phone numbers and even maybe email addresses of those expired listings that she's finding in the MLS, of course, where we can all find them, but you don't usually find the phone number because the other agent, if it expires, doesn't want you to solicit them. So if you go in Client Creator and go to the your client manager. Sorry, Brandon, client manager. You can add a new client. There you go. And even if all you have is the property address out of the multiple listing, you can put that address in there, city, state, and zip. And usually if you could do a Google search and you'll get the name too. But even if you don't have the name, okay, you just have the address. We can save that. And now we can go into that particular client. And down below at the bottom, we can have it look up the home value, or not the home value. We can have it look up the address or the phone number or anything that it has on this property address, anything associated with it, from emails to phone numbers, all of that stuff. Now, sometimes you won't get anything, but other times you'll get something. It will save you a lot of money and a lot of time, and you'll get what everybody else is looking for. A way to contact this new expired listing so you can be one of the first. Okay, I just wanted to share that with you. Brandon, I'll turn it over to you now for
sure, absolutely.
going.
Yeah, one thing I do want to tell you, a little trick, is that when it comes back, it's going to come up with a phone number in the other. And I think if I go into one of these other client numbers, it might show up in the phone number other. Yeah, it's going to come up in phone number other area. So because you added this client into the system, you're not going to have any other information. You're not going to have an email address or a primary phone number. So I'm just going to clear that out just so it's there so I can show you what to do. So once this lookup is done on your client that you add, you're going to have phone numbers in this area here. Maybe one, maybe two, maybe multiples. So what you want to do is you want to actually take this phone number that's in here, go into the property or go into the properties of the client and add it into their primary phone number area. Right here. You can get rid of the one that just puts it in there. And if you hit save, that's going to put that phone number in the primary area. Then you're able to do a social media and a contact lookup. Then it might find email addresses that are associated with it or social media pages that are associated with it. So when you get a phone number lookup from an address, you're just going to get a phone number because typically only phone numbers associated with the property address. That's it. But you can still get additional information if you take what the phone numbers that the system found and plug it into the primary information for the client details. Then you might have a whole bunch of different options available to you to come up with social media and email addresses. So they're just a little bit of a trick to try to generate as much contact information and social media information as you possibly can. So if you do get results from your phone number lookup, and they're in the other category, put it in the primary section of the phone number and then do a social media and contact lookup and then see if it generates some information. It may not, but again, it's just another option for you to try to generate as much contact information as possible through Client Creator. And again, all of this is free to use, so there's absolutely no harm in trying to generate this information. Another thing is if it comes up with multiple ones, try them all. Go to this one, put it in the primary, do a lookup, see if it comes up anything. Then get rid of it, go to this one, put this one in there and go to the lookup. So you can go through those multiples until maybe one of them is a valid contact information, because one of them could be an older phone number that was associated with the property, or one could be a current one. So you want to just go through the process to see if you can, generate that additional information for you.
Hey, very, very good. We had a question. Someone said, can I see this video right after the presentation here? And you can
absolutely.
you show them where to get the see the
absolutely. And the video library, it's not right after, it takes about an hour or so to process, but under your video library, you go to Zoom and this will have all of the Zoom meetings, even our previous ones. So it'll be located here, it'll be date, and it'll have the summary of the information. So it takes about an hour or so for it to process, but it will be up by the end of today.
Perfect.
Okay. Today, we're going to go over the email and text manager. Now, I did go over somewhat of the email and text manager when you were in the client details. So this could be a little repetitive for certain areas, but I do want to show you how to manage your main email and text campaign systems. So when you go into your email and text campaigns, you're going to notice that you have all of your campaigns listed here that our team has applied to your account. Some of you may have in the 20s, some of you may have a little less than that. It depends on what's applicable to your market area and the campaign and the lead capture pages that we have set up. So that's done by our team. So you'll have very first thing is obviously the total number of campaigns that are active in your system. That'll give you the summary here. This next area right below this is where you can add a campaign, see the pre-written campaigns, or review your email layout. This is toggling between the email campaigns and the text campaigns. Currently, we're on the email campaigns. If I want to see the text campaigns, I just click that and it'll show up all of the text campaigns. You'll know you're in the text campaigns not only because it's highlighted red, because it's got a little cell phone there as well. And if I want to go back to the email campaigns, we just click on that. So the first thing I want to do is show you how easy it is to add a campaign. So let's say you want to create your own email campaign, just select add campaign. You can put in here the name of the campaign. So we're just going to do test email campaign, testing for Zoom meeting. Okay, so got a name and a little description. If you want this to be a text campaign, you just select this here, but we're not going to select that. We're just going to make it an email campaign for now. But if you want to make it a text campaign, you just select that and it'll take you into the text campaign system. Okay, so now we go in there. We have the campaign name. You see that it's an email campaign. It's got the little icon here. So now we want to add messages. So we want to come in here, we can add a message to this. Click on add. This adds a message to your campaign. Day 0 is the instant messages and it only goes out when assigned to a lead capture page. What does that mean? That means that if you want this to be assigned to a lead capture page, that when somebody signs up and activates a lead capture page, the moment that they activate that and enter their information, it's going to send them an email and or a text message. If you want it to be immediate, and that's what you're intending to do, you put a 0 here. That means that I'm going to assign this to a lead capture page, and that's going to be the first message, and that's how I'm going to manage this campaign. If you do not intend to use this as a lead capture page email campaign, you don't want to put a 0. You want to make it a 1. You want day 1 to be your very first number on here. And that means that you're going to assign clients that you may already have their emails, or you may be past clients and you're going to assign it to them. So you want to make sure that the first message is 1 or anytime after. I mean, it could be 10 days after, it doesn't matter. But you can put on here your very first message, and I'm just going to put on here first message as subject. And then you can type anything you want it to be your message content. So any message you want to put on here. Have sent out. Okay. You can highlight it, you can bold it, you can change the color, you can, do whatever you want to do to the message. So you'll add your content here. You will choose a signature that you want to put on here. And if you have multiple signatures, they'll all show up here. Otherwise, we're just going to pick our default signature. So again, we have the date to send, the subject of the email that they're going to get, and then the content of the message of the email that they're going to get. And then we're going to hit save. And it automatically puts the email message on here. Again, gives you a summary, data send, subject, and the content. Okay, I want to add another message. I want this one to send out 3 days after. Okay, third message. Testing message. Okay, I'm just going to do something very, very simple. Default signature, hit save. Okay, now you have started a campaign. So when you assign a client to this campaign, the very first day, they're going to receive this message. The third day, they're going to receive this message. Now, just to clarify, when you assign a client to the campaign, that's the date of their start. So that's the base date that they're going to start to receive the messages. So let's say we have client number 1, you assign them today. So they're going to receive their first message today. Now you have client number 2, and you're going to assign them 3 days from now. Well, they're going to receive their first message 3 days from that date. So all these messages on the dates to send are based upon the date that you assign them to the campaign. So you can have 30 clients on this campaign, and they all might be received different messages, and it's all based upon the date that they were assigned to the campaign. So I hope that makes sense. If you want to come in and edit these messages, same thing. You just come in here, click the edit. You can edit the date, the subject, the content, the signature. If you want to delete it, I don't want this message anymore, just simply click the delete, and it'll remove the message from the content. Now you only have a day 3 to send. So real easy to add, modify, and create your own email campaign. And you can put these messages out as far as you want. I mean, you can create a campaign that sends out for a year if you would like to. Okay, so that's how you add and modify your messages on your campaign. If you want to see the clients that are on this campaign, you're going to click on View Clients. Okay, currently it's a brand new campaign. I don't have any clients assigned to it, but I want to. So I want to click on the Assign Clients. It's going to bring up all of my clients that are in our system. So now I have a couple of different ones in our system. So we're going to see the whole list. If I want to assign them, I'm just going to check them off and add them to the system. Hit save, and it'll add those clients to the system. So when I click on View Clients, you'll see now Brandon Christie is on here as a client. Okay, so that will mean that today, January 15th, is the start of me receiving email messages on this campaign. So I will receive now, I got rid of the day 1, so now it's day 3. So the third date, so on the 18th, January 18th, I'm going to receive this message. because today's my start date on the 15th, and my campaign is on day 3 to send. So the third day, which will be January 18th, I will receive this message. So that's how the campaign systems work, and how the date you assign them and the date that they are in the system, goes for how the messages get sent out. Okay. If I want to come up and I'll remove myself from this campaign or remove your client from this campaign, just click on the X, it'll remove them, and then you'll see that they're no longer listed there. Okay, so easy way to assign clients to the campaign. Same thing with websites. Now, this one is I'm going to show you in a different area where we have websites assigned to the campaign, to these email campaigns, but this one's not going to show anything. It's searching for lead capture pages that are using this campaign. Again, currently we don't have anything. I know it's going to come up with a 0. Yeah, it's empty there, but I'm going to show you how these results work. If I want to email, let's say I have all of my clients or a majority of my clients assigned to this campaign, and I want to email them all at one time. I just come up on here, type in email everyone, subject of the message, email everyone on this campaign, and just put Happy New Year, whatever. Okay, this will send an email out immediately to all of the clients that are in your email campaign. So it's not adding a message as a campaign message, it's just sending out an immediate message. And I went over this previously. Let's say you have buyers who are looking for a particular home, or let's say you have people set up for a first-time home buyer, and you have a home that is for sale that might meet their criteria. So you come into the campaign where people are on a buyer prospect campaign, and you can email everyone on that campaign and send them a link to the home that's for sale. That's one way to do it real easily. You can send it out to everybody who is a buyer prospect who is actually on this campaign. So again, one easy way to communicate with your clients pretty quickly within the Client Creator system. Okay, I am not going to send this. I'm just going to close this out. Okay, so the last thing is delete this campaign. Obviously, it's a test campaign. I don't want to keep it, so I'm going to delete it. I'm going to come in here, just click delete. Cannot be undone. No matter how much you ask us, after you delete this campaign, it is gone, and it is gone for good. So make sure that you want to delete it before you click the confirm button. I do want to delete it, so I'm going to remove it. And it brings us back to our home menu for our email and text campaigns. Okay, so that was a summary of the ad campaign process. Now I'm going to go into the pre-written campaigns. Pre-written campaigns are email and text campaigns that we add to our system from time to time that you may not have on your system. So if you want to review them, if you come into here and you'll see pre-written, it's got a new one. So this one has a 7 critical questions campaign that has been, that is a new campaign. So if you want to come in here and you want to preview this, you can click on the preview. It'll show you all of the messages that have been pre-written, from our system. You can go through this, and if this is something that you think you might want to add to your Client Creator account, you can come in and do that pretty easily. So, okay, yeah, I like this. I'm going to add it to my system. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just click the add. It's going to add all of the campaign messages to your system. And in a second, you're going to come back to your home menu, and now you're going to see this. There's the 7 critical questions. So there's the campaign. Now, I may want to modify some of the messages on there. I didn't like some of the verbiage that was used on there. So I'm going to go into the campaign. And just like the other processes, I can come in here and I can edit any of these messages. You can come down and change the day to send, click on edit. I can change the day 3 to day 4, or I can change some of the verbiage on here, or I can add links to information. So anything can be done within this campaign. So a real easy way to add campaigns to your system. When we add them to a new campaign or a text campaign, you can review them and add them and customize them to fit your real estate needs. So that covers the main system. So I'm going to just show you the pre-written campaigns.
Hey, Brandon.
Yep.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but a couple people wanted to know if you could just real quickly tell them how to assign a client and then how to send a global email to everyone. like you just did. I know you just did it, but if you could do that
Sure.
again.
So if you come into the campaign, if you want to assign a client, you can click on the view clients. And then what you want to do is click on assign clients right there, and that'll bring up all of the people in your client list. Okay, so if you want to search for a client or find the client, if your list is pretty large, you'll have all of the clients listed here. But because my list is pretty short and it's all the test ones, it's it's only a couple. So then you're just going to select it and hit save, and it'll assign the client to the system. Sorry, view clients. So now you see that that's signed a client right to your system. So that's how you can easily assign clients to any campaign that you have. So this might be useful if you have manually added a client and you want to put them on a pre-existing email campaign that's in your system. You can do that right from this screen. And again, if you want to remove them, you're just going to click on the remove, and that'll remove the client from the system. To email everyone within this campaign, you hit email everyone, and that'll email everyone in the 4-step home buyer email campaign. Okay, so 4-step home buyers.
Now, someone wanted to know how to add an attachment to that.
You can
Excuse me.
add an attachment right here. We click on the link, and you can add a link. Now, you can't add a specific document as an attachment, but you can use the Realtor document section in Client Creator to create a link for a document. So let's say you upload a PDF or you have a buyer presentation, you can put the link to the PDF located right in here. Or if you have an outside link to a document that you want to have them go to, you put that link here, but that'll add a direct link to anything that you have that you want them to download and install. Okay, so that's how you email and text, email everyone and add clients to the campaigns. So I'm just going to bring back to our main menu. Okay, so the other thing I want to go over is the email layout. I'm sorry, I wanted to go over the website systems. Okay, this one I believe should have websites attached to it. I'm just going to double check. This is a test account, so I don't have, it's on all. Okay, yeah, it does have a lead capture page. So this is telling you that the 4-step home buyer email campaign is assigned to this lead capture page. I mean, yeah, to this lead capture page. So when you have a campaign that you want to see what lead capture pages it's pulling in from or what information is being pulled in from, if you click on that website, it'll show you all of the lead capture pages that have this email campaign assigned. So that means when somebody signs up on this particular lead capture page, they're going to start to receive these messages. So a quick way to find out which campaigns are assigned to this. There could be a couple of the lead capture pages that are assigned to this. So you may have more than one, or you might just have one only. So it depends on the type of email campaign and the lead capture page that it is. I know First Time Home Buyers has one. I know the Seller Evaluation has one. So again, each of these campaigns have different types of target demographics. So we assign them as we see fit based on the messages. Okay, and the other thing I wanted to go over with you is your email layout. The email layout, just lost my connection. I am sorry. Hang on one second. Okay, there we go. Email layout is going to be the email layout that is in your system. Again, I just put this together. This is just some graphics. You're going to have your basic header at the top. This should probably be matching to what you have on your social media accounts that our team has generated, or you can upload your own. That's no problem at all. It's all done under your account information. You're going to have your subject, the primary of the message right here, and then the body of the message is going to be displayed here, and then your signature. So these are the parts of the email message. Over on the right-hand side, it's going to have a summary of your contact information. So this is tagged with all of your information on every communication that goes out. You're going to have your name, your company, your email address, your phone number, and your website, and any social media pages that are associated with your Client Creator account. It's going to have your default logo, default picture, and default logo. So all of this is how your branding on your emails are sent out on any communication with Client Creator. As per all guidelines, we have to have a opt-out. So if your clients no longer want to receive any messages from Client Creator or from you through Client Creator, they can click on here to opt out. Again, can't change that. It has to be on there since we are sending out on your behalf. It's valid. It has to be a valid email. Sure, you've all seen that on any messages that you receive on your own personal that you have the option to unsubscribe. So we provide that as well. If they do unsubscribe, I know I covered this in the Client Manager, you'll see them listed in the opt-out list in your Client Manager. Okay, one other section, I know we are focusing on email campaigns, and I'm just going to quickly cover the text campaigns. It's very similar, but you'll notice that there's a little bit of a difference on the campaigns. They're very short. You can't add links, or you can add a link. I'm sorry, you can add a link. You just can't add anything. There's no bolding or anything like that. You can't make a highlight or anything. It's just going to be a basic text message. So it's just like you typing a message on your cell phone. That's how the message is going to come across. You do want to try to keep it simple. I would recommend not adding too much to it. Don't do all caps or anything like that. Cell phone carriers do pick up spam and phishing. So if you do all caps, that's usually a trigger that's not a valid text message. So you want to kind of keep it light and almost like you would be typing it up to a friend. Very short. You don't want it to be too long, and most of these messages are. With the text messages, we don't typically go out too far in terms of days to send. You don't want to keep on sending a text message. I'm sure you probably know as well as everybody else. You keep on receiving text messages that can be annoying. They're typically immediate. So if everybody's getting a text message, every day, it can be a turnoff. So you want to make sure that if you're adding messages to that, you space them out accordingly. You don't want to send them out too often. Again, text messages are a little different than emails. Obviously, emails are selective when you go in and review your email, but typically cell phone is in hand or on your person, so you don't want to be blowing up their phone because you will get blocked, and that can be a negative rating for you. Okay, that pretty much, I do want to cover one other thing. There was a question regarding how to add a document. And I'm going to be covering the account settings system in there, but on the next call. But quickly, if you want to do it, if you have something that needs to go out under account and then options, you're going to see reorder documents. This is where you can come in and add any type of document. You can upload a document and it'll create a file for you to choose from. I don't know if I have any documents on here. I can real estate flyer. We'll just upload that. Okay, click on save. It'll upload the document. Okay, so what happens here is it's creating a PDF link for you. So that link right there is what you're going to use when you want to include it in your email or your text message. So you can copy that link right from here, and then when they receive the email or they receive the text message, if you have something that you want them to view or see, they'll be able to click on that and open it up. So you can come in here now. If we wanted to come back and go to our email messages, you can add that link anywhere in here. Come right over here, there's the link, and put the link right there. So that'll insert the link into the system. So real easy to add it. Same thing with text messages. Let's say you wanted to go to the text message campaign and add that link. So I can edit this message. I don't always recommend this, but you can add the link right to the viewer so that when they receive the text message, they can click right on it and it can open up the document. Only do this if you know the person or they're expecting it. If you send attachments in a text message and they didn't ask for them, that's usually a red flag. Nobody's going to want to click on anything that they haven't already spoken to you about or approved. So use that cautiously with the text message. Again, be very, very cautious when you're setting up your text messages because that can go against you if it's not handled properly.
And that's the same with email messages as well. Having an attachment really scares people, and it also is a trigger for spam filters. They don't want any kind of attachment. I mean, I know I don't like to have attachments because you never know what's going to happen when you click on it. So this is just a better way for them. They'll click on the link and it'll take them right to the document that you uploaded in your client creator, and they can download it right there. Do images in the text message increase or decrease conversion rates? No, we went over that on one of the other calls, not from these calls, but on the one-on-one coachings or the coaching calls that I do. And this Thursday we have tomorrow we have another coaching call at 11 a.m. So we just don't have time to go show you how to do that right now.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
gonna go over each section, and again, we try to do it section at a time, and next week we'll go over the account options, because there is a lot of account options on here with the settings and the tools that you have available. So there's a lot of information on Client Creator, and we're trying to just give it to you in sections so that you can understand it. You have a week to play around with it, and let us know if you have any questions regarding, and obviously our support team is always available to you. That
Did
was
you
all
want
I-
to?
Go
Did you
ahead.
want to start in? Just give them a little taste of the websites before I know that we have.
No, I do not. That is going to be entailed. So yeah, I do not want to do that because, that's,
You don't
once
know
you
where
get
to
started,
stop.
yeah, you don't know where to
Yeah.
start.
It is. Okay, so I told a couple of people we were going to do websites this week, but I was mistaken. I think I may have told everybody that. So it's going to be next week and the week after.
Yeah, it's going to
It's
be another two-parter. Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot to cover in the lead capture pages. So
There is, but it's a lot of fun stuff that you can do, and those lead capture pages are so powerful. The
Absolutely.
biggest thing you can do is create as many lead capture pages for whatever you come up with, to personalize one for a neighborhood and create a website that they can go to and you can get their information, remember? Okay, it's so simple to create it for anything you can think about, for your cookie recipe, whatever. I've seen people do the wildest things. So, and the biggest thing is they loved about Client Creator is they could create a website in 2 minutes for just about anything. Okay, I guess that's it for this week. Next week we'll be back on the Mondays, right, Brandon?
Actually, I'm going to try to go to Wednesdays. I have, for the next couple of Mondays, I have scheduled on 1 p.m. So it'll be tough. So that's why I'm going to try and switch to Mondays or to Wednesdays.
So to Wednesdays. Okay, so the call next week will be on Wednesday. You'll get a notice for it. And thank you all for being here today. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.